Welcome everyone, Shokan is here, continuing my rambling about Digimon. uh, I'll be covering the Mega level Digimon now. So let's get to it because there is a lot of them. Starting with Apollomon from Digimon World Dawn and Dusk, the fully evolved form of Coronamon. He's become quite the armored Digimon, hasn't he? He was mostly just a standard lion, both quadruped and biped forms, but now he's ditched the furriness for the armor. He's got flames coming out of his shoulders, his wrists. He's got that nice sun at the top. Got long blonde hair, and the helmet, well, more like a mask, is lion shape. I suppose. I mean, it's kind of weird because is he armored or is he a cyborg? He looks almost cyborg-ish. But yes, I quite like the design, but it starts to show a certain degree of complexity. There's a lot of parts in the design. There's some knee claws for some reason, not sure why. I mean, he must deliver some nasty knee strikes, but otherwise, I kind of like him. Though I never quite noticed how much of a snout the mask or face had. The official artwork doesn't really show it that well, at least back when I first saw it. But then came Crosswords, and it's like, oh, he totally had the lion's head this whole time. I mean, of course he would be lion themed, but yep, I like him. Alphamon. Alphamon looks kind of weird here. There hasn't really been a really good 3D Alphamon model, has there? Like, in terms of color scheme, he's great. I like the gold with the black and a little bit of red. The cape is I always found a bit weird, that it's a white on this side, blue on this side. But I think the blue kind of matches. But it's a bit weird because I keep thinking about the cape being white because of the official artwork. Speaking of official artwork, in case I'm not wrong, I think Alphamon's arms look very small in it. No, they're actually not that small now that I think about it. Huh. But yeah, massive shoulder pieces. Otherwise, oh yeah, the mark of the prototype Digimon, obviously. Otherwise, I think he's pretty cool. Yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. Actually, one of my favorite Royal Knights, maybe even my favorite. Quite like this marking. But there are some contenders for favorite Royal Knight. Of course, the cape in tatters, obviously to show the battle damage. Even if the armor itself is, well, pristine. But yeah, the model itself, I don't know, it's just that, if I remember correctly, Cyber Sleuth had tiny arms Alphamon, and that's kind of what's confusing me. But I do think the bigger arms are better. From one Royal Knight to the next. Alright, the Alphamon was from Pendulum X1, right, that. All Force Vidramon from either, was it from V-Tamer? He was also in the Pendulum 4. The Pendulum 4, Wind Guardians. No, he wasn't. He was only on the recent remake versions. Never mind, I'm saying nonsense. He was in the Pendulum Progress 1 before that. Yeah, the Dragon's War, which actually was apparently before even his debut in the manga. Not by much though. Not by much. He was just, a little bit of a spoiler. I like the slick design. I like the wings double as a cape. I like the V, be pretty good. The helmet shape's pretty good with the horns as well. Wrist swords, though the swords aren't being shown. He's got some lights which brighten up in dark areas. Color scheme's good. And yeah, and he's, as far as designs go, he's relatively simple, not super simple, but compared with the other knights, he might be a bit simpler. Kind of like, I mean, Alphamon was a bit on the simpler side, at least in terms of color scheme, but yeah, he still has the more detailed designs expected of Megas. Varodurmo. I actually used to calling this guy Valdurmon, but he's from the Digimon Axel Nature Genome, and he's a six-winged bird, except that two of his wings also double as feet. Kind of weird. The head's fine. He's got some horns, got hair, the two tones of hair. Same hair, same green hair shows up here at the back. Got a tail. A rather odd design. Not necessarily my favorite. I think he looks better in the official artwork, but that's because he also got the rainbow ring, right? From his signature move, I suppose. Oh yeah, extra head wings as well. Didn't notice that. An odd bird design, but I think I like it. He's star-shaped, isn't he? He's like a star. You know, maybe that's what they're going for it. I don't know. But yeah, considering that his wings are relatively same length, wings same span, I suppose. But yeah, viewing it from the side is rather weird though. He's like a massive tail for a bird. Yeah, he's decent. Venusmon from what? Oh yeah, she debuted in a card game called Digimon Gentrix. From around the Cross Wars era. She's a humanoid. She's got a long dress. She's got some metal boots and not gauntlets, but arm pieces. Didn't really realize she had a metal in her design. Wings, feet wings, which kind of the wrong god being represented. These are more remnant. This should have been since the winged boots are a thing related to Hermes or Mercury, but this is Venus, which you can see from also a reference to the Venus de Milo. Is that the name of the painting? I forget. Where Venus emerges from a shell. Otherwise, another element is, of course, she's relatively risque. Not relatively, she's definitely risque, but considering what the goddess Venus is depicted as, she's a bit more covered than how the goddess is depicted. Interesting blindfolds, and this does go into that humanoid Digimon discussion, right? So instead of the angelic helmet, she goes for the headbands, but she still has relatively normal ears. And I say relatively because she has wings growing out of them, which is very weird. Long hair, and of course a bird companion, a dove, because she's a pacifist. So the dove represents peace, as you know. Yeah. Also a bit odd that she has two animal companions, considering that the Olympus 12 are usually they do have this animal theming, but she gets two of them. Gee, Venusmon, how come you got two animals? And meanwhile, two of the gods share the same animal representation. I don't understand that. Anyway, she's decent enough. The use of the blindfolds is a bit unique in terms of eye coverings for humanoids. But otherwise, yeah, she's okay. She does have at least, the representation of the shell and a nice bird. Are those apples on the boots? They look like apples. Either way. War Greymon is looking positively massive today. From Pendulum 5, Metal Empire, and the Digimon Adventure anime. He's got... sorry, the whole big War Greymon kind of threw me off. I would have expected him to be somewhat Venusmon-sized, maybe only slightly taller. He's a orange dinosaur man, dragon man. with yellow armor, some big claws. The front pieces are tied by ropes. These ones are also tied by ropes. These leg pieces, massive ropes actually. Like it's no strings. God piece, I suppose. Some thigh guards, I suppose. And of course, can't forget the brave shield at the back. It collapses together and it forms the crest of courage. The head helmet is pretty cool, like the shape. And I like the hair. Okay, just checking the back. I like this design. I think it's great. It does have some... It is surprisingly not that... For some reason, I thought War Greymon was a bit more complex in my head, but I guess he does have some extra lines on the helmet and the chest piece, but it's mostly just big shapes, now that I think about it. Though if I look at this, you can see he has hands holding the claws. He has belts. Of course he has belts. Oh boy. Yeah, he's pretty great. Pretty great. Horyumon from Pendulum X2. He's another Asian dragon, this time with wings. Edged wings. He's got the spear tip at the tail. He's got some purple sash around the... Two of them around the legs. More purple here, purple at the hands. He's got some very sparse clothing. Odd. Shoulder plates. And a pretty cool looking helmet with another dragon depicted. Dragonception. But yeah, there's something weird about the head though, like how far the helmet extends back is a bit weird. The swords look cool, got two of them. But yeah, I quite like him. Natural X carriers have some pretty sick designs, although I think I prefer the pre-evolution better, Hisharyumon, but yeah, he's good. He's good. Ophanimon. From what? Ophanimon. Oh yeah, she debuted in the card game. A bit ahead of the movie, but like a decent amount ahead actually. So, not sure if she was necessarily made for the third movie, right? But whatever. She's based on the Ophanim, which are sometimes depicted as being literal wheels with eyes. And you can kind of see that because her shoulder pads are wheels. They're the wheels here. Otherwise, she's an armored angel. She shows her stomach, but she's mostly armored. Of course, the angelic helmet is a bit different. She has three beasts at the helmet, which is sometimes another way of depicting the Ophanim, I think, but whatever. Angel depictions are a bit weird. Long ponytail, helmet ponytail thing. Long blonde hair. And unlike Andromon, her wings are displayed from top to bottom. She's got two natural looking wings, but the rest of them are very angular and artificial looking. But yeah, she's pretty good. A bit of a shame that I cannot access any sort of animations here. It would be really cool because she's got a pretty cool looking spear and a pretty cool looking shield, but there's none of that here. I cannot see. I press buttons. If I press buttons, I get nothing. I just swap around and do stuff. Bit of a shame. But yeah, got a cross even. Symmetrical, I believe. Yeah, symmetrical. But yeah, and the wings on the steel gauntlets are pretty cool. They're not gauntlets. I think gauntlets only applies to what's over the hand. I forgot what's the name for the forearms, but whatever. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool looking angel. I like the armored angel designs. Pretty good. Speaking of armored angels, we have Clavis Angemon from Digimon World 4. Otherwise known as Digimon World X in Japan. He used to be a natural X carrier, but that status has been retconned out. Otherwise, he's just another armored angel with a big key. The key! Oh god, he just won't stop spamming it. The wings are eh. They're just strips of. I'm not a particularly big fan of this kind of design, considering what we've saw before and what we're going to see after this. Although, to fit the key theming, he has a keyhole on his chest, which I suppose you could say it's a treasure chest. uh, Otherwise, he's just another armored angel, but he's got a pretty cool color scheme. His angelic helmet looks a bit closer to the previous ones, like Angemon and Angemon. And otherwise, yeah, just cool color scheme, cool looking armor, though not super amazing, but yeah, round shoulder pads, not very usual. But yeah, he's decent enough as far as armored angels go. Yeah, some flourishes anyway, whatever. Craniumon from the card game, the old card game, one of the last monsters introduced there, although his design actually draws a lot from one of the forms of the final boss of Digimon World 4, although some parts of it were redesigned, like he does not have this head, I believe, or the weapons, but I'm pretty sure this shoulder is the same, the tabard, not a tabard, but you know, this sash here is the same, the legs are the same. But as far as this whole thing goes, I quite like him. One of my favorite Royal Knights, but not quite Alphamon level. The color scheme is surprisingly consistent. There's purple, more purple, some black and red and gold, with a little bit of blue here. The weapon is cool, but it's a bit awkward to wield a thing like that and the shield at the same time, which is why you almost never see him with both weapons at the same time. At least when he wants to do the waltzes, and he definitely needs to put the shield away. But yeah, you can see the skull motif everywhere because his name is Craniumon. He's named after the cranium. But yeah, pretty cool. Like him. Eaglemon. He debuted in the old card game, I believe. He's one of the older ones. He has a consistent color scheme of gold and some black and the tiniest bit of red. His head, it looks like almost a samurai, not really a samurai helmet, but like it's just an helmet. It's just a helmet, I think. I don't think it's supposed to be specifically samurai. Though the crest he has is pretty sick. Otherwise, he's an armored bird, and he looks pretty good actually. Simple. He's got 6 limbs because he's an evolution of Parrotmon. But yeah, nice wings as well. Love him. Chronomon Holy Mode from Digimon World DS, called the Super Ultimate back then. He's quite a weird design. He's named after a Greek god, but he has very Japanese influences in his design, doesn't he? Like the pants with no shirt, presumably. The wings look like they could be talismans. The red almost looks like the Japanese flag, kind of like it's a. Are we sure this wasn't supposed to be an earlier design for Amaterasumon? But yeah, also another flame design here. I guess it's the sun. Maybe this was supposed to be Amaterasumon, but this is just speculation. This is nothing confirmed. I know nothing of this, right? It's just almost feels like it could be, right? Yeah. Otherwise, besides the oddness of his design, I think it's cool. Consistent color scheme, a nice crest, looks very refined. He's got a weird beard thing going along here. But yeah, a bit odd, but charming in a way. Digimon Black, surprisingly a vaccine one. Maybe he was always a vaccine one and he's just been misinterpreted as a virus, but he's from the third movie and he looks kind of clownish, doesn't he? Like, this sort of thing here looks very clownish, but very threatening. Big arms, big ears, the 3 horns of the Lopmon line, but otherwise there's not much to say about this guy. Pretty simple for a Mega, but with a pretty cool color scheme. Purple and green actually work pretty well. But yeah, pretty cool. However, we also have the good form. He has the holy rings on the ears, still got the three horns, still got the long ears, big arms. But now he has a different color scheme with the pink and the white and a little bit of gold. Yeah, not much to say here. Also from the third movie, because we do get to see Kerbimon return to his good form at the end, but was this always the... Did Kerbimon has this name in Cyber Sleuth? I think he did, right? Because sometimes they say Kerpimon, but that's not definitely what the name is. Goldramon from the old card game, though he was also in Digimon Adventure Anode and Cathode Tamer. Yeah, what a weird name for double version games. Anodes and cathodes, out of all things to bring forth. Huh. At least they were definitely trying to be unique. But as for the Goldramon, he's simple for a Mega, but very effective. Long tail, almost like an Asian dragon, but instead of 4 limbs, he only has 2 arms. With a couple of, a couple pairs of seemingly organic wings, but 3 pairs of metallic artificial wings. His plates are different colors for different sides, although I suppose that does not extend to the hands. The 2 colors, obviously, because they're where Amon and Umon are stored, quote unquote. The dragon companions of his, well, companions is a bit weird, but does he? Yeah, there it is. Amon of the Crimson Flame and Umon of the Blue Thunder, which are sealed on his arms. So I guess Amon would be here and Umon would be here. And he has a nice faceplate, I quite like it. He also has a beard. I think he's a pretty cool dragon design, one of my favorites. Just for how unusual he is. Not quite an Asian dragon, but definitely not a Western dragon either. He manages to be something completely different. Shine Greymon from Tamers. He's quite the big lad, but a very consistent color scheme, doesn't he? White, red, yellow. He's got a wheel at the tail. That's a bit weird. He's also got the tiniest bits of blue around. He's got some spikes at the shoulders, which used to be Rise Greymon's cannons. He's got some spade-looking plates at the wings, which I never noticed until now. The head looks cool. Weird knee blades. Are those sharpened? I don't know. I don't like them. I think the shoulder ones were fine, but this is a bit eh. And I quite like the wings. I like them. I like Rise Greymon's wings, so I'm gonna like the Shine Greymon's ones. Of course, Shine Greymon, because these wings let out a lot of light when they activate. But yeah, pretty cool. Better than War Greymon? I'm not sure. Although I think I prefer this guy's color scheme. I like the white with the red. Justimon from Tamers. Maybe the card game, maybe some of Rio's games, whatever. It's all sort of not simultaneous, but just within a few months of each other, right? He's got the very important red scarf because he's a hero of justice. He's got the arm here, which he has 3 modes. I couldn't tell you which mode this one is. Let's see, power type Axel, electric type Blitz, cutter type critical. I believe this is Blitz, because I think Axel arm is like the super long one and critical arm is the cannon looking one that lets out the blade, so I believe this is Blitz. He's got some grooves on them that almost look like revolver chambers, but not quite. The body itself is white and blue with some black, and he's got a shiny helmet that covers his face. Doesn't even show a mouth. He's a suited hero through and through. I keep talking about Kamen Rider when talking about Stingmon and Jewel Beamon, but I suppose this is the truest Kamen Rider Digimon, despite the lack of insect references. Then again, it's not like all Kamen Riders are bugs, bug-themed. The first one was, but that doesn't mean everyone needs to be. Although the first one being that might have been the inspiration for a Jewel Beamon, but whatever. We're talking about Justimon. I think he's decent. Not my favorite one, but the pose is fine, the cape's cool, and the arm being modular is pretty cool as well. Skull Mammothmon from Pendulum 3. He's a mammoth skeleton with a exposed digicore. He's still got some ears, and they have a lot of battle damage. Maybe he's a decayed, and a nice gold helmet at the head. You know, he still shows eyes. He's got the trunk, which is actually just a plate in the plates on the that have the shape of a trunk, and the tusks. Pretty cool. I like him, but I don't really have much to say other than maybe he has spikes. Pretty cool. Yeah. Slash Shanjumon from Digimon World 3. Another armored angel, a sword themed one. I quite like the sword wings, perhaps a bit more than the sword arms. I like the sword arms, and at least he does have a little bit more of arm, right? Like unlike Duramon, which almost looks like he couldn't even like bend them. But yeah, the shoulder pads are the feet are more weapons. He's got belts, and the angelic helmet is quite a good one with a blade and the visor. The visor looks pretty cool. Yeah, well, I like him. It says Great Angel. I wonder what the other guys said. Just a quick check. Super Angel Virtue. Oh boy. The localizations for the angel names are so weird. But oh well. Especially since Virtue was localized properly. Why couldn't Ofanim be? What about the Caribs? Yeah, they're localized fine. What's the deal with it? Odd. This is a power, right? I forget what's the angel rankings. Whatever. Slapemon. Yeah, just saying, he's cool design. I like him. Slapemon, the Royal Knight from Digimon XL Ultimate Genome. Got a massive crossbow, got a big shield with eyes. Looks pretty spooky a bit. It's looking at my soul. He's got some interesting golden wings. The chest plate has a mouth. The head shape's a bit odd, but I think it's fine. And he's got the six legs. Yes, I was going to say 6 pairs. No, he has 3 pairs. Nice hooves, nice plating. He's got floating. I never quite paid attention to the horse body, but it looks like he could carry 2 people. But well, those wings might interfere a bit. But I think he's cool looking, although perhaps a bit complex considering the amount of moving parts going around. But especially that mouth, the chest mouth's very weird, but I don't think I hate it. Almost fox-like, right? Or not? Maybe it's supposed to be also a horse? I don't know. Nah, it's not a horse. That's not a horse's nose. That's like dog-like or cat-like or something like that. Either way, he's got the bolts stored on the shield. That's pretty sick. And yeah. Yeah, I think I like him. The shoulders aren't that impressive, but whatever. Slayer Dramon, the final Dramon Blue evolution. From the 10th anniversary Digimon Dracomon. I quite like him. Possibly one of my favorite Dragon Knight looking things. Mostly because he has the dragon head, he has the tail. He's... As far as armored dragons go, I think I prefer him over something like Shine Greymon or War Greymon. Because he has a pretty sick sword, which is now properly animated. As each piece actually detaches itself from the other and sort of looks like a whip sword. I don't believe Cyber Sleuth did that. The back pieces are a bit odd. It's like there were supposed to be wings there, but they've degenerated as time went on. He's got some orange or yellow lights, I suppose. Although I could have sworn this guy was a little bit more blue than that. Green cape, tattered, looks nice. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool design. Love it. Love the horns as well. Pretty good shape. But I could have sworn he was a bit more blue than this. He looks almost purple or even white. Violet? I don't know. I don't know my purples. Seraphimon. My favorite armored angel. Simple color scheme of grey, blue, and yellow. More like gold. The helmet has wings. Even the middle crest looks like his gold artificial wings, of which he has 10 of them. Pretty cool. Wings on his shoes, though he only has wings on the outer side. A nice metal skirt thing. Yeah, like the metal, the shoulder pads, the arm plates. Pretty cool. Nice markings. Crest of Hope. Love him. Although this marking here is a bit weird. It almost looks like a bat. What is it doing there? Anyway, pretty sick. There's Digimoji here, which I cannot read, unfortunately. Yeah, pretty cool. Love him. Mega Gargomon from... Right, this guy's from the card game, I believe. He's in a sort of similar situation to Alphanimon, where he debuted in the card game a bit way ahead of the movie, but whatever. The third movie, that is. Mega Gargomon from Tamers. He's got revolver chambers on his arms, which is... There's a bit of an obsession with revolver chambers, isn't there? Although this one seems to have more than 6 slots. Like, an obsession with revolver chambers is a bit weird, because it's not like it's the whole gun, it's just the chamber, and somehow the chambers can fire the would-be bullets. There's no other mechanic in there. That's funny. Otherwise, he's a dog. This is the most dog-like the Terriermon line has ever been. There's almost no bunny left, which is weird. There's supposed to be rabbit and dog-like, but now it's a bit one-sided. I guess you could say it's a bit lopsided. Anyway, big missiles at the shoulders, big plates at the legs, big plate skirt, plate armor at the chest. Seems to have a bit of a white undersuit with a zipper at the middle, and the helmet, obviously with the dog-like appearance. Though I forget, is that natural, or is that snout also a part of the plate? I cannot tell, and I cannot zoom, unfortunately. I think I like him. He's decent. Not my super favorite design, but he's good enough, I think. Yeah. Duranamon, the final form of Zubamon, the 20th anniversary Digimon. And he's got the same problem as Duramon. He does not look like he can swing those swords. And he has a lot of sword on him. He's got a massive sword at the back, attached very weirdly, with another tail that comes out that really is not doing anything, in my opinion. Although I guess you could ride... Honestly, you should be able to digi-ride this, if only as a sort of makeshift surfboard. I quite like the head, at least. I like the spike at the head. I like the spikes that go back. He seems to have a set of fake eyes, right? Like here. They look like fake eyes. The bird crest is cool, but the arms are a bit weird. Although I think having the blades at the side like this does help give it a bit more flair than Duramon, at least. And the sword legs are a bit... they're fine, but a bit weird. Although I could have sworn he had a little bit more than just this. Did Cyber Sleuth have different leg models, or am I just imagining things? Maybe I am. I'm sometimes wrong about a lot of stuff. But yeah, I think he's decent, but he's better than Duramon, but it's so weird what the line went into. Zubamon is probably still my favorite one of the bunch, but at least this guy didn't end super badly. Thin waist, though. Very thin waist. Neptunemon from Digimon Axel Nature Genome. We got a whopping 2 Olympus 12s out of that virtual pet, and this is one of them. He has samurai-looking scale armor with a trident that I cannot see properly. The trident heads close when they attack to form a spear, more traditional spear shape, or I suppose it could be a harpoon. Helmet looks pretty good. I like the fish shape, the blade, the fins. Chest looks decent. The arm guards are good. The fish tail is amazing. I love it. I love the scales, love the fins. Got some belts. He's got the red sash and some purple clothing as well. I like him. He's pretty good. There really isn't that much in terms of fishmen in this. Well, there are a lot of fishmen, but not ones that forego the legs, right? There's no... I mean, there are more merfolk Digimon, but as far as this game is concerned, he's the only one added. There's more that could be in here. Unfortunately, they're not, but, well... What can you do? Hyandromon, from the card game, the old one. He's got 2 weird machine heads with different colors at each side. I wonder if this is a reference to magnets, how magnets are marked with red and blue to mark the poles of the magnetic field they provide. He's he's surprisingly, I'd say, simpler than Andromon in terms of design. He's mostly black and red. He's fully covered with metal. There's no exposed organics. He's much more symmetrical. He's got some sort of thing at the back, maybe a storage unit, a battery. His helmet has a visor and fake eyes. That's pretty sick. But yeah, I like him. He's this. Wait, you can did you ride him? Is it on top of his arm? Because I mean, his arm looks a bit bulky, but he doesn't look like he could fit someone in there. I don't know. Like, just sitting on the arm probably looks very awkward. Bancho Leomon from Digimon Axel Justice Genome. He's got a coat that he just wears over his shoulders. He's got a cap. Damaged cap, barely covers anything. He's got the white hair. He's got pants, but, well, I was gonna say no shirt, but he's got the coat, whatever. Sword, pretty cool. You can see it's chipped. And the tail with something in it, and I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool as far as lions go. Probably the best humanoid lion design in Digimon in the game. Yeah. Hey, he's got a belt where it's supposed to be. He's also got the grass thing. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Rings on his coat though. Yeah. Hercules Capterimon from Pendulum 1. Though he was also in Digimon World as an Ultimate and not a Mega. That's weird. He's made with elements of both Capterimon and Quagamon, as you can see on his arms. He's got the 6 limbs. He's got the wings, battle damage, just like the cover of the wings. I already said the 6 limbs, right? Very consistent color scheme. You could almost see these openings as eyes, which is a bit weird for a bug Digimon. But yeah, not much else to say about this one. He's good enough. I like him. Phoenixmon from Digimon World, later showing up in Pendulum 4. A similar situation to Hercules Capterimon. In Digimon World, Phoenixmon's ultimate, but then a Mega in the virtual pets and all other stuff. 4 wings, 2 feet, holy rings on the feet, long tail with many tails, and some pretty cool feathers at the back and the head, which almost look like flames, and a pretty cool faceplate. I love this design, it's amazing. It's a bit of a weird thing that Garudamon stands in between this and Birdramon. But considering that Birdramon digivolves into this thing directly in Digimon World, it makes a lot more sense. But yeah, love this bird. Need more birds. Magnadramon from Digimon Digital Monster version S. Yes, version S. She's got a simple design. She's got the Asian dragon deal of the four legs with a serpentine design, but also extra pairs of wings, 5 pairs, yes, and a beastly head. Looks like a cat or something. Yeah, probably a cat with some horns. I like it. It's a very unusual design, but that's exactly what Digimon is for, right? Unusual, but still simple, this one. Mastemon from Cyber Sleuth, this fusion of Angelomon and Lady Devimon, shows both sides with a split, but instead of just being an angel demon hybrid, it's a cyborg angel. We have as I said, the split. We have the black and pink versus the white and blue, with some yellow on the middle. I mean, makes sense it would have yellow considering, Cyber Sleuth. The visor has the matching wings. I think it's a pretty cool design. Yeah, pretty cool. Got some sashes and stuff, and yeah. And of course the wings are retractable, which is pretty cool. Like the retractable wings. They are not even attached, I believe. They just float. You have to just float behind her back. Pretty cool. Marine Angemon from Pendulum 2. He's a... What is he? I forgot the name of the thing. Oh yeah, it's a sea angel. That's why he has this name. It's a sea angel thing. Very small, very simple body with a heart shape on the chest and the holy ring at the neck. But yeah, not much to say about this guy. He's good enough, I think, but very unusual for a mega for how small it is. But don't let that small size trick you. That's still a mega. That's still powerful, even if a healer mostly. Marsmon from Digimon World 3, the final form of Bearmon. He's got a massive gauntlets, flame coming out of them. Although, was more flame supposed to come out of anywhere? No, just the arms. The first Olympus 12, he's got a pretty sick mask with some tusks that look like a walrus, but the face looks like a cat or bear. Actually, the fangs are probably supposed to be from a saber-toothed cat, right? Also, he's got some pretty cool armor at legs. The pants are whatever, and the chest is whatever. The cape is also not that special. I'm not sure I quite like it. Like, just... The black's fine, but the pattern is a bit eh. Could have been something different. And it's purple at the back here, but... It's pretty cool that he's finally in a game after so long, but... I am a bit biased towards fire-based creatures and stuff, so I'm gonna always say something like, that I think this design's pretty cool, but he looks like lightly armored, but yeah, he's fine, I think. Jupitermon from Crusader, Digimon Crusader, the final form of Agemon. He's got a pretty sick cape with feathers, so it seems to be charred at the bottom. He's got feet wings. He's got golden armor, wings on the head, some rings. He's got a pair of dumbbells with minus and plus marks. Presumably, once again, electricity, magnetic, electromagnetism stuff. And his chest is actually a bird. That's pretty cool, right? It's a bird chest. Yeah, the bird chest is cool, but and the helmet's cool. I like the red here, but otherwise, I think it's a decent design. I think it's the dumbbells just take me out of it. It's just why dumbbells as a weapon is the weirdest one so far, but Otherwise, the bird's cool. Oh, and the bird also the bird eyes have a minus and plus marking as well. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Ravemon from Savers. A bird ninja. He's got both a true wing and a fake wing. You know, the true wing bends a bit weird though, so it looks like they come from the same side, but they don't. The helmet looks pretty cool. He's got a cool sword. The scabbard's here. He's got some sick helmets. Sick shoulder. They look like helmets because they have eyes. I never noticed that, but they have horns. The knee horns are a bit weird, but yeah. I think he's sick. I think he's great. I like the true wing, fake wing thing going on. His hands are also asymmetrical. He's got a normal hand, but a bird claws here. Pretty cool. Well, not claws, talons. Yeah, samurai helmet, but almost a ninja-like design. He's sort of ninja samurai hybrid. Pretty cool. Love him. Ultimate Brachiomon from Pendulum X2. The final form of sorts of a line of dinosaurs from that pet, though none of the others are here. Ultimate Brachiomon is a bit weird. Like, I mean, I like the long neck, I like the head. I like the crest of sorts here. Almost makes him like it's supposed to be a proper evolution of a Triceramon of sorts. Even if his quote-unquote previous evolution is supposed to be Mame Tiramon of all things on the pet. Though it was not the only option, but it's the one that matches quote-unquote better. Got some turbines, got a tail with an axe head and spear point. Yeah, he's pretty cool. You can see wires as well. He's a sick dinosaur cyborg, is what he is. And one Digimon that doesn't show up a lot. Good to see him. Vulcanusmon from Gintrix. Wait, is he? No. Let's see, where did I leave my notes? No, he is from Gintrix, like he debuted at the same time as Venusmon. He's a rather unusual guy, isn't he? Like, they kind of reverse the whole show. They reversed the angelic helmet thing here, right? Like it covers the eyes and the ears while uncovering the mouth. And he's the opposite. He shows an eye, he shows both ears, but the mouth is covered with respiratory mask, I suppose. Although one eye is covered with sashes, he's got red hair. He's got a mech suit with multiple arms, 8 of them, because that's supposed to be an octopus. You know, it's a cartoon octopus, right? This is the mouth, right? He's got, what, jets at the back? He's got some tools, he's got a hammer, he's got pliers, some clothing, and yeah, that's it. He's a very odd design. Like in order to accommodate all arms, he's built this massive pod, but the pod looks very awkward, like from the side, and it's just weird. Not necessarily my favorite design though, being red, although the color red looks pretty cool, looks pretty good, and I'm a bit biased towards it, so I'm gonna say he's fine, but the pod it's very awkward. Otherwise, he's just a weird octopus mech. A guy in an octopus mech, which is why he evolves from aquatic Digimon. Gankumon, a royal knight from Digimon Collectors, I believe. He's the least knight-looking of the knights. He's just a guy in a suit, in a bodysuit and a coat. The sandals have like the massive height on them as well. Of course, coat over the shoulders like Pancho Leomon. Visor, because he's a Digimon, he needs to cover some sort of part of his face. And instead of the angelic helmet, we got a visor-looking thing with horns. And he's got red hair, pretty cool. I remember when I first saw this guy, considering the whole Hackmon succession thing going on, I thought Hackmon was going to turn into this guy. And it turns out to not be. He became his own separate knight. I didn't expect that. But yeah, Gankumon's cool. I mean, even he even evolves from Saber Hackmon in this one, so I guess you can still do that. But yeah, not my favorite design. There's not a lot going here besides the coat and the visor. I think he's got a mustache though. I think yeah, he's got a mustache and a little bit of a goatee, but yeah, doesn't match his hair though. Hmm. Zuhamon from the Arc version 2, the Tamer's Digivice. It's an alternative to Sakuyamon. Although she does match, well, she does match the gloves and the boots. She does not match the rest. Like she's full purple as opposed to Sakuyamon, who's some purple, but the color most people will be thinking about is yellow. Kuzuhamon still has the yellow, but it's just these trimmings, right? She's got, the markings, the tie. Oh my god, I keep forgetting the name of this thing. Just Taijitu, right? I believe it's Taijitu. Well, technically, there's more than one Taijitu. This is just the Taijitu for the yin yang. So, pretty cool marking here. Like they love making this sort of marking, like the triangles in this shape and orientation. The staff's pretty cool. Lots of rings. The fox mask is pretty cool. Like the suit, she's pretty cool. And I guess I'll be saying that for Sakuyamon as well. Grand Locomon. Yes, I'm saying grand, not ground, because this is an odd localization issue that still hasn't been fixed. It's grand because he's grand. And ground is literally the worst name because it's not like he's tied to the ground. His lore says that he can make the railings. Like he can make his own railings, so he's not tied to the train tracks. I like this guy a bit more than the previous Locomon. I like the turbines, they're pretty cool. I like how it rustles and the engine moves. I like the spike wheel. I like that the arms are now detached from where they were and now they hold the wheel. I like the head. The head looks pretty cool. I like the helmet shape. I like how it goes curves like this, and then the horns go backwards. Although they're probably exhaust pipes, which is sick. I like the fangs. I like the horns. Best trained Digimon. Actually, now that I think about it, the back of Grand Locomon kinda looks like the front of Locomon. Sort of, right? That's pretty sick. A way of incorporating his previous design. Gear-looking shoulders, still the wheels. Pretty cool. Griffinmon from Pendulum 4. He's a griffin, that's for sure. A more traditional looking one with the bird feet at the front and the beast feet at the back. Well, lion's feet. He's got a pretty cool, he looks pretty cool. He's got some great wings with some battle damage. He's got a snake tail at the back, which almost harkens to the Chimera, but that's pretty cool. He's got feathers growing out of his head, pretty cool, and the helmet is sick as well. Love it. Simple but effective design, I think this one is, and I like to see him. Bit of a shame he wasn't in the original Cyber Sleuth, but he made it back in Hacker's memory, and it's always pretty cool to see more designs like this. Like, I'm a bit biased towards... I mean, he's got dragon wings, a beast body, and bird features as well. He's a nice, cool hybrid. Love it. Not a hybrid in this sense, but yeah, love him. Ceresmon from Crusader. Digimon Crusader. Another bird. Love it. It's a earth bird made out of dirt and leaves and trees. The trees have fruit. This is the Carpos Hule, which has been talked about in the game's story. A hollow eye sockets is a bit creepy, but it's a creature made out of the terrain. Although the plates at the feet kind of go against it, they look way too artificial for what this creature is supposed to be, in my opinion. But yeah, pretty cool. Although this is one of those Digimon that is unfortunately quote-unquote nerfed from the fact that it's supposed to be super massive, but has to be shrunken down in order to fit the battlefield. Bit of a shame, but Ceresmon medium, just to show how, proportional Ceresmon is supposed to be. Ceresmon medium inhabits, like, the official artwork shows medium at the head here, like the legs dig into this part. So that's how massive Ceresmon, the bird body, is supposed to be. As far as medium goes, she's got some nice legs. Like, she looks like she could dig those deep into the earth. She's got some weird gauntlets, actually. What is this? What are these flaps? What do they do? Rather weird. She has pink hair, but also growing vines with flowers. They look spiky. Cool helmet. There's apparently eyes behind the helmet, but I cannot look from here. Exposed stomach, mostly. And, yeah. She's, not very modest, is she? But, oh well. The suit here is a bit weird, like it's green, but it's made of what? Is it plates? It looks like it's plates, actually, rather than cloth. She's got flowers on the shoulders as well. Wait, are those black leaves? That's a bit of a weird choice of color. Yeah, there's the pink, the green, the red, the yellow, and there's black and purple. There's a lot going on here. I like the crest of the helmet forms. Although now I see about it, the red is transparent as well. That's pretty cool. But yeah, Saber Leomon from version S, an old one. He's got a weird mane, doesn't he? He's got those Garurumon and Elekmon fur strips, doesn't he? Although he has standard hair at the back, that's weird. He's got some spikes at the back here. He's got black feet. But otherwise, he's just got a sick... Yeah, he's got a pretty cool color scheme. Mostly yellow with some orange and black. The saber tooth, obviously. Blue eyes. Yeah. Simple, but pretty cool. Like him. Like him a lot. Sakuyamon from Tamers. I already talked about Kuzuhamon, so I'm not going to mention much other than the staff is golden and she has a lot more yellow on her design than Kuzuhamon did. Though, as you can see, Kuzuhamon still kept the purple here, right? Yeah. Although, did all the yellows become purples though? I think they did. Yeah, well, besides the trimming, yeah, I think it did. Although, there's these black tips that were actually yellow, so not all yellow became purple. But yeah, not much else to say. Let's go to Jesmon. From Crusader, it took Akmon 2 years to reach, to travel through his evolution line. He's got a pretty cool skeletal chest. He's got a pretty cool tail sword. Got the hoodie, but the rest of him is not very good in my opinion. The sword legs aren't that good looking. I think Durandamon made them better. I think the hands look a bit weird. The swords aren't even fully stored. Like, he looks like he could stab with them already as it is, but they extend further, which only makes it awkward. Like, this shape is odd, and the head's fine. The spikes look good, but not particularly a big fan of the design, if I'm gonna be honest. Jumbo Gamemon from the Digivice IC-20X. He's supposed to be the final form of Gamemon, but he never showed up in the anime. He's a big turtleneck with cannons on the arms, on the head. Wait, he's got fingers! What do you mean he's got fingers? I didn't know that. What? I didn't know he had fingers. That's weird. Tail cannon. Actually, no, not a tail cannon. That doesn't look like he couldn't fire anything. Never mind. He's even got chest cannons. Like, they look very... And on the knees. He's weird. I like the turtleneck thing, but I like the color scheme, but I'm not sure I like much of the... He looks very bulky, but I think that actually works because Turtle, and of course the shell he's lined up with cannons, jeez. I think he's a decent enough design, but yeah. Dianamon from Digimon World Dawn and Dusk. She's got some pretty cool looking armor. She's got boots with the moons. So the moon theming, more crescents at the shoulders. The weapon's a bit weird, but I think it looks better than Cressemon's. Still got the purple strings here, but they're weird. The helmet doesn't show her beastly side too much. She's got sort of bunny ears, but Apollomon showed the beastly side a lot more. See, it's because of stuff like this that I thought Apollomon for the longest time didn't have a lion's mouth, but he does. But yeah, I think she's pretty cool. Next is Dynasmon. I guess as far as Whale Knights go, he's the one that is in close contention to being my favorite besides Alphamon. He's got some pretty sick white armor. He's got the feet, with golden tips. He's got the gems at the hands, and he's got the segmented shoulders, like the purple wings. And I like the helmet shape. I like the horns. Makes him look a bit more draconic than most Dragon Knights. Many knights made out of, that evolve from dinosaurs and dragons, but they lose a lot of the dragonness within them. Dynasmon does well, and All Force Vidromon also did well. But Dynasmon didn't really have an evolution line of his own, I suppose, besides the card game. He was a villain at Frontier, but he was already fully evolved. Spooky knees though, huh? Leopardmon from Savers. This Lion Knight, which is already unusual by itself, is a pretty cool guy. I like the rapier's weird though. Like it has a tip like a pool. Like it's like a pool cue, isn't it? Like those thingies that they rub scrub the tip of the pool cue with. Very weird. If it weren't for the fact this guy had special powers, this would have been a pretty weird weapon. Got the red sash at the hip, extends back. Got the tail that hangs in a fluffy bit. Got long blonde hair. A brown visor that can cover the blue visor. He's got wings, weird. But I like him. Actually, his chest plate almost looks like it's meant to invoke the, some sort of officer, right? Like a military officer. Not from the medieval era, but from like sort of the early modern era of sorts. But yeah. He's decent enough. I like him. Leopard mode. The beastly mode of Leopardmon. He's got bigger wings at the back. I like their positioning. I like the stance. I like the hair still. But besides that, he's fine. He's fine. I like him. Dorugoramon from Pendulum X1, the final form of the Dorumon line that isn't Alphamon. He's got the mark of the prototype Digimon. He's got a sick metallic look with the wings tipped with swords. Like the spike here, like it looks like there's flames growing out of his head, but they're like sharpened. I like the gauntlets look cool. He's got the spear tip similar to Oriumon, and he's pretty sick. Love him. One of my favorite dragons, and proof that natural X carriers tend to just be the better looking X Digimon. Love him. Also, he's got sort of a yin-yang thing going here, right? With the purple, blue, and the purplish blue. I guess it's blue. And the yellow. But yeah, sick. Love the shoulders, though, as well. Pile Volcamon from the old card game. Unusually, he evolved from Volcanomon through the Digi-Egg of Friendship, which is weird because this isn't an armored Digimon, this is a Mega, and always has been classified as such. He's got the volcano at the back, he's got the yellow scarf, he's got the champion's belt. He's got a bunch of armor that looks like tires. He's got spiked shoulders. He's got the The bike helmet, yes, that is a bike helmet, I'm pretty sure. Because I'm pretty sure this is based off a picture of a volcano. What the? Yep, you can actually find it on a Wikimon. Like the picture they use for Volcano Water is literally what inspired this design, or maybe he's cosplaying this design. I'm not sure which predates which. But yeah, the second Digimon inspired by Pile Volcano Water. Next is he's pretty cool. I think it's neat. Next is a Prince Mamimon from what? My notes. Digimon World 2. He's a big golden head. He's got a crown. He's full of himself. He's got a cape. He looks amazing. Looks great. Not much to say. He's a simple design, but a very effective one, and one that shows a lot of personality. Love him. Silly eyes as well. Yep. He has a blush. He's blushing. He's great. He's great. Plesiomon from Pendulum 2. 2.5. Yeah. Wait, is he? I think, yeah, he's from 2.5. Yeah. He's a Plesiosaurus, obviously. You know, sort of looking like the Loch Ness Monster. He's got a bit of a yellow tint on him, which is a bit weird. Like this part here is really supposed to be yellow, but the head sometimes looks a bit yellow. But the head looks a bit yellow as well, when perhaps it is supposed to be a bit whiter than that. But oh well. The fins look fine. The fur looks fine. He looks mostly fine, but he's a rather unusual design. You don't really see this much Plesiosaurus in Digimon, I think. I think what we need is an actual pterodactyl. I mean, there is a Pteromon, but... Boltmon from Pendulum 3. He's the Frankenstein's monster of the Digimon series. He's got a lightning bolt marked on his chest. He's got bolts, actual bolts, on his head, on his hands, everywhere. Massive axe, red hair. Pants, but no shirt. Boots. He's decent. I like him. But that axe is really massive. Jeez. I mean, he's got the arm strength to toss it. But yeah. Mirage Gaugamon from Tamer Sabers. Jeez, what am I talking about? He's pretty cool. I like the dog helmet. I like the armor on the arms. I like the blades look like War Greymon's blades almost, but they gave it on. They didn't give them to Shine Greymon. They gave them to the Gaumon line. But yeah, he's got paws on his armor here. He's got the chest face as well. Although there's something a bit weird going on. Why does he have the digital hazard sign? It's weird. Is he supposed to be a digital hazard? Like, Like, it's weird that this was a design choice they gave him. This is usually reserved for the Gilmon line. I guess it was just... that's very odd. But still, I quite like him. Metal Garurumon. He's a wolf with machine body parts with some pretty cool looking wings, a tail knife, some spikes. He's cool. I think I kind of prefer Mirage Gaugamon, but this is still sick. I also love that he has missiles hidden everywhere on his body, but yeah. He's decent, cool, maybe even good. Although he still has some organics in him. But yeah. Pendulum 5-mon that also later showed up in the anime, pretty cool. Metal Seedramon from Pendulum 2. A cyborg sea snake. He's got hair, although I think he's supposed to have more hair than that. He's got gold plating, silver plating, fins. Like the nose. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Like him. Medieval Galmon from Pendulum X2, a X carrier that was retconned, that had that status retconned out. He is sick design, one of the best knights in the game. Love the armor, love the green chest, love the green head, love the red wings, love the shoulder plates. They look amazing. The gold juts out, looks like fangs. Dragon heads at the elbows and the knees look pretty cool. Like the segmentation of the armor here, like the pole arm, the axe head, the green butt spike. He's just crazy good, in my opinion. The red cape, pretty cool as well. I'd say he's more of a stereotypical knight compared to most of the Digimons, but that's probably why I like him. I do have to say, they really did justice with this design, something which the official artwork really doesn't. I've said this more than once, and I'm going to say it again. Why is the official artwork so shadowed? Why is it so shadowed? It just doesn't show him properly. But yeah, sick, amazing, great, one of the greatest. Rosemon from the Digimon card game on the PlayStation. Not the one I talk about when talking about the recolors like Solarmon or Sorcerymon, but the one before that. That never got released outside of Japan. She actually originates there, I think. That's what my research. That's what I found on my research. Because I would have, if I hadn't found that, I would have said that she was from the Pendulum 4.5. That was what was in my head before learning that. She's got long black boots, she's got the red gloves and clothing, she's got the red rose growing out of her head, she's got a green cape, looks like leaves, blonde hair tied with roses, pink gem, and some whips and rose, rapiers, I suppose? Not really a sword, but the cape is white on this side as well, marked with, what is this? D? Or was it supposed to be an R and it got the other leg got cut off? I don't know. But yeah, I think she's fine. She's got a bit of a weird, I suppose you could say, dominatrix thing going with her, but yeah, she's fine. Lotusmon. Lotusmon, as she's shown here, originates from Digimon World Dawn and Dusk, but there was an alternate version that showed up in Savers that had the green head, right? Like the green lotus pod. A variant of Rosemon of sorts. She's got two staffs. She's got the two snakes here, you know, symbol of health. She's got a rainbow staff here. She's got a lot of purple. Purple here, purple skin even. The gold here looks pretty cool, like looks like it's flowering, but the sides here are a bit weird. Is that supposed to be her hair? I guess it is, right? But then the way the lotus pod is positioned, that would mean the hair is growing out of her would-be eyes. That's weird. Oh, I think I prefer Rosemon over this, but on the other hand, I think I prefer Lotusmon's weapons over Rosemon's whips. So I don't know. I think she's fine still. Yeah. Avenge Kidmon from Digimon Crusader. He's actually a recolor of another Digimon, though they debuted around the same time, so who's the recolor? Well, he's a recolor. He's a cowboy, he's got a cowboy's hat, not a cowboy, a gunslinger. He's got black all over his design, he's got this weird tail at the back that has a revolver chamber, though I guess it is actually a gun this time, at this end. Ends in a blade, gun feet, crosses, stereotypical gunslinger Digimon fight, you know? Does he show ears? I guess those red things coming out there, the wings are ears, right? But he shows the full face, I think. I can't zoom in, I can't properly see it, but yeah, he's cool. Abamon from the old card game, he's an alien. machine with tentacle feet, a gun, two guns, one for damage and the other is supposed to be a brainwashing gun, stereotypical alien stuff. Elongated head with the dark color. I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to be a reference to anything at all, definitely. Looks like he has a chest. What is this? A computer screen or a number pad? I don't know. And he's got a speaker here. That's pretty cool. Wires. Yeah, I like him. Venom Myotismon from the Digimon Adventure anime. He's a vampiric beast. He's got the vampires near the blonde hair, the mask looks cool, horns cool, exoskeleton looking arms, furry lower half and legs, got an extra mouth, weird, extra eyes as well, very weird, and some demonic wings. He's pretty sick, you know, as far as the demonic beasts go, although there's perhaps one that looks a bit better as a beast, but I'm not sure. I still think it's a pretty sick design. Ancient Wisemon from Frontier. The only ancient Digimon in this game. He's got a stereotypical wizard's look with the hat, but you know, the shadowed face with yellow eyes, of course, another one that kind of looks like Final Fantasy Black Mage. But he's got seemingly what's supposed to be scales with the sun and the moon. There, he's got a fan, but no hand holding it. He's got a mirror here, because as the ancient warrior of steel, he would create Mercurymon, which is a Digimon made out of mirrors. And of course, they share the same green color. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I like the you know, it's a floating mirror with a coat. That's pretty cool. Gaiomon from Pendulum X 1.5. In that virtual pet, Gaiomon replaced War Greymon X, and he's as such a War Greymon variant. He's got pants, he's got armor, he's got the Asmaria green in the swords, in the chest, in these blades. This is much more in line with what the X Digimon look like. There's a lot of angular shapes, like the swords aren't curved, they're like straight and then they switch orientation, they're not necessarily curved. Lots of the samurai armor also looks very angular. The horns, well, there is some curvature to the horns, but there's a lot of breaks on the. It's not a single edge. It looks like it's made of multiple pieces, like sort of welded together, I suppose you could say. He looks sick, and he can even combine the swords into a bow. That's pretty cool. I like him. Although, perhaps a little bit overly detailed. Perhaps, maybe? Perhaps. Chaos Gallantmon. We're talking about this guy before the original. He's from the D-Arc version 1. That had the alternate versions of the Gilmon line. He looks cool. He has a big lance, he's got a big shield. I like the mask over the eyes. I like the shoulder pads. I like the digital hazard sign, which he has more of. The color scheme's pretty cool with the silver and the blue and a bit of black here. He's pretty cool. Love him. Like this here. Yeah, he's just sick. He's also got belts. Chaos Dramon, the improved version of Machine Dramon, who debuted in the Pendulum Progress 1. Or perhaps should I say Digimon World 2? There was a boss called the Chaos Lord, which is clearly this thing's inspiration, so. He's got cannons, they point backwards, which is actually a reference to the PlayStation games. That's how Machine Dramon had his cannons as well. He would move them, you know, he would point them forward before firing the Infinity Cannon. Otherwise, he's just got, you know, red plating, black plating, wire frame, skull, knees, and many of the elements that he had from Machine Dramon, though he looks like a bit more is a bit more covered. Machine Dramon had exposed wiring. He looks like the perfected version of sorts. I like him. At least in terms of color scheme, it's pretty sick. And he's got a blade horn. That's pretty cool as well. Oops, it's this one. Talisman from the V Tamer manga. He's a massive bear. He's got purple fur. He's got bullet belts. He's got the cannon at one of his hands. And he's got a sick coat. But other than that, not much. But yeah, pretty cool. I like him. It's cool that such a niche Digimon managed to find his way into this game. Amazing. Love it. Massive claws as well, jeez. Gundramon. Now, this guy's just silly. So silly, I love him. Jeez, he's got so many guns on him. What? It's almost like someone complained to Bandai that there was too many guns on Digimon, and someone decided, you think that's too many guns? I'll show you too many guns. And they came up with this. Oh, I love him. It's silly. I do have to say, I'm not quite a big fan of the gun tail, just because, you know, if you use this guy on a fight, then that gun tail is pointed towards you. I don't like that, but otherwise, he's a silly guy. I like how reflective he is, but I think the problem with all these guns is the complexity of the design. Like, there's so many plates and guns. There's a gun here. There's guns the back, the feet. There's revolver chambers everywhere, not just on the actual revolvers. Which I have to say, it actually is sick that when they shoot their revolvers, they animate the hammers. These are called hammers, right? I don't know gun terminology, but every single one seems to at least the hammer seems to be animated as it fires. Like, even as the camera spins around, you can actually see some of the hammers moving at least. So yeah. Also, it's weird that this tail looks more like a modern handgun, but it's also mixed in with like these two as well. But they're also mixed in with other revolvers. And then we have this weird gun head thing. What? He also got blue visor with the yellow marking the mouth. That's cool, but yeah. Not necessarily my favorite mech design, but it's so silly that it's just, you know, you can help but love him a bit, you know? It's a completely unserious design, is what I'm saying, and it's great for it. King Etemon from either the old card game or from Digimon Adventure Anode and Cathode Tamer for the Wonder Swan. He's the king, and he's golden. He's got a cape, he's got the crown, he's got a visor, he's got a belt even. He's a champion. Nice boots as well. I quite like him. Oh, and nice shoulders as well. Grand Drachmon from the Digimon XL Evil Genome. He's a sick guy. He's another demon beast thing. He's got the wings, he's got extra mouths. The top half is pretty cool looking, like the wings here, like the mask, the horns. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Although I think I prefer maybe Venom Irismon. When I was thinking about the beastly... When I was thinking about beastly looking demons, I actually kind of forgot this guy. I was thinking about something else. But yeah, he's pretty cool. Chronomon Destroy Mode from Digimon World DS. Spoilers, he was the final boss for that game as well. Otherwise, he's got a lot of bird things going on him with the legs, the mouth, and the extra limb mouth things that look like the pods from that game. But he's also got, you know, the arms, he's got some weird blue things growing at the back. He looks pretty sick. I think I like this one more than Holy Mode. He's still got the sun markings. He's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Zambamon from the card game, the old one. Yeah, he's horse and rider in one package. The horse got a horn, a bladed horn. He looks kind of skeletal. The rider's got two swords. He's got a katana and a massive sword here, which, in case I'm not wrong, is called a zambato, and it's supposed to be like a sword that chops, like it's supposed to, like, not necessarily be an anti-cavalry weapon, but sort of like, I think it's something supposed to be like that, which is rather ironic considering that it's on a horseman. But he's got samurai armor, a neat helmet with a crescent. Pretty cool, like him. Zombie Plutomon, a new guy based on Plutomon, but I guess I'm going a bit ahead, right? He shows up first. He's got quite a lot of bones on him. I didn't expect Zombiemon to have bones hidden under his armor. He also got the mouths growing out of the armor. He's got a tongue hanging out, the cape tattered, even an extra mouth at the tail. Even this armor is splitting off like a mouth. Like he's a creepy design, but I think it works. I think it really works. I like it. Dark Dramon from Digimon XL Evil Genome. I like the massive oversized cannon, which has a spike as well. So it's not just, good for close and long range. I like the transparent helmet here, like the hair, like the energy wings, like the contrast, like the size difference between the arms, like the color scheme as well. These are sick ones. It's pretty sick. And one that has been had mostly consistent appearances. He missed the first Cyber Sleuth, unlike Pancho Leomon, who is the truly consistent appearance Digimon of the XLs, but Bertramon's pretty close. Tiger Vespamon from Pendulum X Free. It's a bee warrior with stinger rapiers. It's got sick yellow armor, black as well, with the hexagon design, bug wings, red scarf, and bug eyes. He is the last of the Bugmen, I suppose. He looks sick. One of my favorite. Love him. Yep, pretty great. Yeah. Titamon from Digimon World Redigitized Decode. Originally meant to be a Bacchusmon design, this guy was repurposed. He had massive gourds, but when it was decided that actually it shouldn't be Bacchusmon, it was replaced with skulls. There's a lot of skulls. Way too many skulls. There's an eye there. What? I like the helmet. Long horns, pretty sick. The sword with the Skull Greymon head is pretty sick as well. Sorry. He's got a coat. More golden details here. He's pretty cool. Though unfortunately he's a bit too massive for the screen, isn't he? Oh well. Tyrant Kabuterimon from Digimon XL Justice Genome. He's got eyes here, eyes on the chest, an orb, lots of bug wings buzzing. He's got a tail, very long. He's almost like a Goldramon style Digimon, where he's all tail with just a couple limbs, not anything else. So I suppose those tiny little things are supposed to be the other sets of limbs. That's an interesting way of doing that. Arms look massive, and I like what seems to be a fake bug head. This seems to be the true head, I think, which seems to be fitted with a cannon. That's pretty sick. I like this guy. Creepymon. Very weird choice of localization name. I like this sort of beastly demon design. I think it's the best one so far. I like the wings, damaged, with claws, nice horns. Um, the arms have the same size, but the official artwork shows that one of them is stretching, though I believe both are stretchy, because I have since found out that there are versions of there are Creepymon images of Creepymon from other media that show him with equal length arms. Although the one in Digimon World DS, in which he shows up as a boss in a optional post-game quest, he has both arms stretched out. Like there's quite a bit that's missing from this design. Like when the arms are stretched out, you can see this purple here right around the arm, but here it's hidden. But still, he looks cool. Gallantmon, the original from Tamers. I'm not gonna say much. I already talked about Chaos Gallantmon. So as far as differences go, I like the color scheme. I like the white with the red with the yellow, well, gold. I like the extra triangles at the shield. I think it looks pretty cool, especially since when he does Final Elysion, which is a shield of justice, lights up, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, love it. Bacchusmon, the actual Bacchusmon, he's a big snake with a head here, though I guess he eats from this mouth though. Green gloves, holding a barrel. This guy, oh yeah, Creepymon was from V-Tamer, wasn't he? I believe. Bacchusmon is from what? Collectors, Digimon Collectors, which was the game that predated Crusader, I believe. Some bands here, grapes, a color with grapes. Speaking of color, massive color on the cape. Jeez, almost looks like an evil lord. But yeah, he's decent, but not like my favorite. But he's okay. He's okay. Though that head looks very cute. Bacchusmon drunk mode. There isn't much of a difference. He's just got markings on him. Next, Barbamon from the old card game. He's got a golden mask, he's got red wings, he's got long hair and beard, he's got a 6 staff with a skull, he's got some pretty cool clothing as well. I like him. Quite like him. Boots with pointy tips, that's sick. Yep. He's a pretty cool looking Demon Lord design. Pielmon from Pendulum Free. He's got a mask with the black and the white sides. He's got this, a scratch on the white side, got a heart, got some spades that look like skulls. His swords are stored at the back. He's got the red, the green, the yellow, and the blue, which I think works pretty well for someone like Piemon because he's a clown. He's supposed to be garish, right? Although if he had brighter colors, he would have been even more garish. I think it's a bit subdued, but maybe that's for the best. Eye markings as well. He's the creepy clown, right? The killer clown. Ooh, watch out. Yeah, he's pretty cool. He also even got some purple, I think. Yeah, he's got some purple here. Pretty cool. Puppetmon from Pendulum 4. He's Pinocchio. He's a wood puppet with an extendable nose. Got the cross here, you hold the puppet like that with the strings tied at the ends, at the feet, hands. Once again, revolver chamber with no actual gun, but somehow it works by itself. Nice hat as well, I like it. He's decent enough. He also has gears at the chest, that's pretty cool. Peromon debuted in the old card game as well. He's a gold encased mummy, I suppose. Got the snake here at the head helmet. He's got the staff. But I think what's most notable about him is the sarcophagus, which is missing here, but I think he looks good. Pukumon from Pendulum 2. He's a pufferfish with, he's got the fins, but he's got arms. And he's got a helmet that covers the top half. An anchor marking as well, that's pretty cool. In case I'm not wrong, like, yeah, a British punk Digimon. Yeah, that's part of the yep, that's part of the lore of this guy. He's British. I think he's neat. Platinum Numemon from the Digivice IC10X. He's got eyelashes. He's got, otherwise, besides that, it's just a variant of Gold Numemon. Unlike Gold Numemon, he stayed a Mega and didn't drop down to Champion. So he's got that over him. Otherwise, he's not that much different, but yeah. It's so silly. Plutomon from Digimon Crusader. Now I can finally talk about the original. He does still have the mouths. I thought he didn't have them, but I guess they don't look like as threatening. And he's, you know, got some pretty cool looking black armor. He's also got, oh, he's still got that tail mouth. Oh, that was, oh, I guess he's, of course he has extra mouths. He evolves from Cerberusmon. Right. He looks way more dignified with the cape and no exposed bones. Although, once again, he has a little bit of an issue. What's with the tiny waist? So tiny, the tiniest waist. It wouldn't be a problem, but it's like, oh, tiny waist, big shoulder pads, big chest piece. What is that? It's a tiny little waist. He's pretty cool though. He's pretty cool. I like him. I like his design. Breakdramon, the final form of Dracomon through the Green Line. Another 10th anniversary Digimon. This one is a bulldozing machine. He's there for that work, you know. He's got drills as well. He's got shovel hands. He's got a drill head. He's got everything. I like how the top moves, you know, independent of the bottom here. So yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, he's, instead of the wings, he's got the shovel arms. That's pretty cool. He looks a bit silly with those eyes like that, but I think I like him. Not as much as a Slayer Dramon, that's for sure, but yeah. Malomyotismon from the 02 anime, although I believe this guy had a bit of a Luchamon situation where he debuted a few months ahead in the card game. He's a bit weird, isn't he? He's got this, ooh, nasty red, ooh, what is happening on the bottom? I don't want to see that. But yeah, massive wings at the back with an extra face. He's got the pretty cool looking mask. He's got the blonde hair. He's got spider looking mouths at the sides. He's got more eyes here, more extra faces. He looks very weird. I'm not sure if I like this guy as much as Venom Myotismon, but I like those wings. If I'm not looking at the red, of course, because that just looks disturbing. Ooh. But yeah, I like those extra mouths. But yeah, oh, even the fingers are weird. They're bug-like. Ooh, they're bug-like. Kind of a shame that Arukenimon and Mummymon don't sort of evolve into this guy, but because he kind of fits, right? Like, he's got the extra... Why would he be otherwise, like, bug-like, right? Belle Starmon from what? Crusader. She's got guns. She has feet guns. Of course, we cannot forget the revolver chambers, obviously. Well, these are actual... Well, it's a revolver, but it's like a free-barreled revolver. That's weird. She's dressed in leather, although she exposes most of her midriff, and yeah, got blonde hair, got a nice mask, free-eyed demon. Yeah, she's a gunman, she's decent. Bellsmon, another free-eyed gunner from this one from Tamers, the original. He's got a pretty cool gun here. He's got two of them. One of them is holstered right now. In fact, he only has one holster, so he has to constantly hold this gun. He's got the blades at the feet. He's got dressed in. It's got that leather jacket, I suppose. Blonde hair as well. Though he has the purple skin, Bellstarmon just has a regular white human skin. Can't forget the belts. And he's got a tail. Bellstarmon should have a tail. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I like the arm bandana as well. Pretty cool. Belfmon sleep mode. He's a sleepy boy from the card game, the old one. He has massive long demon horns and wings, and he's got chains surrounding him and a clock. He's just waiting to wake up. But perhaps you shouldn't let him, you know? Just saying. I like him. He's cute, but he's got a lot of threatening abilities. Best let sleeping dogs lie. Magna Kidmon from Crusader. I just realized all the Three Musketeers are Virus Digimon. Anyway, I think I like the color scheme better. I like the red. The red is way better than just all that black. I can't even see anything. But now I can. I can see that he has a black mask. He's got a sort of reddish skin. I guess because he's a dragon man. But otherwise, he's pretty much the same as a Avenged Kidmon. I thought that when he used one of his special moves that he like changed his form, but he really doesn't change his form. What happens is that he just lies down, floating in mid-air while crossing his arms over the chest. That's all that happens, and it already is enough to look different, mostly because I didn't pay attention to the gun feet. But yeah, he's pretty cool. Minervamon from the old card game. She's a battle princess of sorts. She's got a big buckler with a spike. She's got a massive sword, you know, kind of a trope, the stereotypical, oh, it's a little girl, but actually she's got massive weapon and she's super strong. She's otherwise very small. She's got a pretty cool snake helmet mask with wings, but that just brings into the question of why are there two Olympus 12s that are based on snakes? Why are both Bacchusmon and Minervamon snake-based, you know? Otherwise, she's pretty cool. She's got ponytails. She's got a cool stance. Her official artwork has her tongue hanging out, so she looks a bit sillier, but here she's definitely much more dignified than the official artwork would imply. But yeah. Millenniummon, the fusion of Chimeramon and Machinedramon, whom we still haven't seen, but we're about to see him. I can see him next. He's got Machinedramon's cannons and Machinedramon's spirit hovering over the Chimeramon body that has been transformed. He still has Garurumon's sort of stripes, but he's lost the Monochromon tail, he's lost the wings, the Kauterimon helmet has morphed, the Greymon body has morphed, Devimon's arms have sort of taken over the body, so now even the Skull Greymon and the Quagamon arms have been turned into this sort of Devimon looking arms. Yeah. If anything, I think the Devimon arms moved downwards and then spawned two new arms up top, you know? To be honest, the exoskeleton arms of Chimeramon didn't really look like they were super well attached, so yeah. The Metal Greymon hair has turned from orange to blue, so yeah. I think he's a sick way of doing the fusion, and it does transform that Chimeramon into something a bit more unique. Finally we have the boy Machinedramon. While Millenniummon debuted in the Digimon Adventure Unloaded Cathode Tamer, Machinedramon debuted in Digimon World as the final boss, being later introduced added to Pendulum 5. Yeah, Pendulum 5. He's a fusion of machines, much like Chimeramon is a mixture of organics. Metal Greymon arm, Megadramon arm, Metal Mamemon cannons, the skulls from Andromon, lower jaw of Metal Tyrannomon, the upper plate from Megadramon, and the wires of Metal Tyrannomon as well, complete with the same hollow compartment. He's a pretty cool looking fusion, while still managing to look somewhat unique. The legs are mostly unique, I believe, so that's pretty cool. The tail as well. Looks like you could slot something in there. Yeah, pretty cool. Love him. Digimon from Tamers. He's a sick and twisted dragon with flaming wings, arm blades similar to Wargralmon, sick plates which actually look like gallant ones. So you can already see a bit of what Gilmon is supposed to become. The head looks cool. I like the horns. I like the ears, wings. I like the spikes. I like that the digital hazard sign is red here. I like the tail. Pretty cool. Sick. One of my favorites. Metal Etemon from Pendulum 1. He's Etemon, but instead of the plushy body, he's got a metal body. He's got the sunglasses, a bit different from the original Etemons, I believe. Yep, different. He's got a Waru Monzaimon plushy thingy. Key holder, perhaps? But Waru Monzaimon isn't in this game, unfortunately. Otherwise, he doesn't have much. Belts on arm. Belts on arms. On arm. Merukimon from Digimon XL Nature Genome. He's got massive green hair. He's got some green fur guards. He's got a wolf's mask, I suppose. And he's got some more leather here and here. I don't think that's a mirror, but it looks like a mirror. And he's got a sick knife with bone in it. I like it. Although he seems to be a man-beast hybrid still. Like he's got beastly feet. And the hands still seem to be beastly, but he's got a human mouth under that mask. Though, is it that mask or is it his face? Are all the masked Olympus 12s actually not masked at all, and those are just their faces? Because the mask does emote in certain cutscenes. I know, he's sick. Junomon from Digimon Collectors. She's got a staff, she's got some... that almost looks like... Is that the world? Is that the planet? Is that Earth? Or am I just tripping? She's got a spiked gauntlets, spiked crown, same rings as Jupitermon, shoulder plates. She's not dressed modestly, is she? Weird, no, I do not like this. Weird. Boots that end in blades. I do not like this. It's Jasmine and Durandamon all over again. Though the peacocks are actually pretty cool addition. Especially, I didn't notice them. What I did notice before is the peacock's tail inspired cape. Going all the way back to the Legend of Argus. I like the spikes here. They're pretty cool. Lots of hearts and chains. That's not threatening at all. She's also covering her mouth, but not her eyes. Her ears are covered, but you can still see the detail. Well, assuming I could zoom in, of course. Although I do have a bit of a complaint, and it's that spiked gauntlets with a weapon just is asking for trouble. I guess she doesn't really use them, the staff, as a weapon, because there's a lot of interference going on. Otherwise, she's fine. She's got some cool elements. Hysteric mode. This is when Junomon's jealousy goes into overdrive, and for the longest time I thought she just transformed into a cape, but no, she's still there. You can see her face there with those creepy red eyes. Nice mask. She still got the spiky crown, but now the spikes that were at the back of her design are now at the front, and way bigger than they were, and with a massive purple cape, which has unfortunately lost all the peacock markings. Hearts everywhere, obviously. Heart here with the wings, and lots of chains. Really creepy, really nasty. Like it. Rust Tyrannomon from Digimon World Redigitized Decode. He's got something, a bit of an Asmaria green thing going on. The Rust Tyrannomon was designed by Asmaria, complete with a different shade of green though, in the eyes, in here, at the front. But he's very similar to an X Digimon in that regard. Lots of angular shapes, lots of detail, perhaps a bit too much. Lots of tubes and... Well, the tubes are not Asmaria exclusive, but there's a lot going on with this design. I'm not sure if I completely like it. The cannon's a weird one. It's like flattened. But unfortunately, I cannot show the whole of it again. This perhaps Digimon should have been a bit had their sizes changed a bit just so we could see the whole thing. But you know that's fine. Atom cannons, didn't notice them before. Yeah, there's a lot of going on. And while I do like somewhat the angularity of certain X Digimon designs, sometimes there's a lot of it. A lot of it. Jeez. The color scheme is fine, it's Rusty Anamon, so it should be Rusty. Leviamon from the old card game. Yeah, they introduced a lot of the Demon Lords through the old card game. That's weird. He's a crocodile demon, or maybe an alligator, I don't know the difference. He's got two tails, he's got two spines, he's got some fins, and he's got a long snout. I like the eyes, I like the dark blue here. I think he's fine, he's cool looking. He even when you fight him underwater, he even has a different stance than this, which is pretty cool. Well, the boss one, obviously. Not that you fight any other Leviamons. And I guess I'm gonna give him bonus points for being one of the 7 great demon lords that actually has something going for him besides demon. You know, he's an aquatic creature as well. Speaking of demons, here's Lilithmon. She's got some cool looking wings, she's got horns, she's got purple a purple skirt, purple what do you call this? Purple sleeves, I guess? She doesn't have a shirt. She's showing big cleavage. But otherwise... Okay, so... Is it just me or is she... I guess depending on how much you value cleavage, like, would she be more or less modest than Anjuamon? Because I think it's a bit weird for this question to be asked, considering that, you know, this is the demon that, you know, represents the sin of lust, but here we are. I guess the angel Digimon is worse in that regards. But yeah, massive gold hand here that is poisonous and will destroy you. Unfortunately, she doesn't have that extra signature move. Neither did Creepymon. Why were these two singled out? I don't get it. I was waiting for the poison move. You know, the one that destroyed the Cross Wars Bellsmon. Well, Balmon. He then became Bellsmon, but whatever. Or was it... Oh wait, she did use him on the... Whatever. She's also got massive, long black boots, which once again just goes to show that somehow she manages to be a bit more modest than Anjuamon. What? With angels like these, who needs demons? Lord Nightmon. Pink. Lots of pink. And gold. I like the sashes. Well, they're not sashes, they're swords, right? They're bendy swords. They're like urumis, right? Am I saying that correctly? Yeah. They're almost urumi-like, in a sense. And he's got the massive shield with a cross. I guess that's why he was sometimes called Crusadermon. This part here, I think, goes back and forth, like, because, you know, the Fist of Athena is a shield punch, so I guess the thing juts out as the punch strikes for, you know, extra impact. But otherwise, I think it's a pretty cool design. I like the wings, I like the head shape of the helmet. Yeah, pretty cool, like him. Imperial Dramon, Dragon Mode. He's got black armor and the blue skin of Emon. I suppose the Stingmon part, yeah, it became the armor pretty much. I like the gold on top of the black. Like the head shape. He's got a bit of a skull going on here. That's sick. Massive cannon at the back and some pretty cool looking wings. I like this guy. I like him a lot. Imperial Dramon, Fighter Mode. The Dragon Mode head moved to the chest and he stood up. He stood up. The claws have been a bit de-emphasized. The cannon also moved to one of the arms. He's got the same wings though, and he's got a different head. I think he's decent, but I think I prefer Dragon Mode. Although I do love the shoulder pads. They look sick, at least. They look sick. Vikemon. Am I missing something? Oh yeah, I've been forgetting to say where this Digimon came from. Yeah, Lilithmon is from Pendulum Progress 2, Lord Nightmon from Frontier, and these guys from Zero 2, right? Vikemon is from Digimon Adventure 02 Tag Tamers game, and also in the Digivices. He was a result of a fusion of Shakomon with Zudomon, which is why he ends up looking like a walrus, and why eventually Gomamon eventually took over as his original form, I suppose. Though he evolves from both, so both fans of Shakomon into Vikemon and Zudomon into Vikemon are both pleased, I suppose. He's got white fur, black hands, an extra fur coat on top, Viking helmet, fantasy Viking helmet, some shields, and some maces, morning stars, which is, I guess, where the Shakomon part came from all the metal armor and weapons, I suppose. But it's still weird that Zudomon took over Shakomon, despite the fact that, Shakomon deserves to have a final form of his own, that is indisputably, I can speak words, I swear. Indisputably his. I don't know, I'm screwing up. Also, he's got belts. Valkyremon. Now, this is one that is definitely Sylphimon's, and definitely, there's no margin for doubt that it's his evolution, her. Also originating from Tag Tamers, this one has a pretty cool bird mask, shades, bird companion, chest piece that almost looks like, an archer chest piece, but there's no bow, there's a crossbow, so doesn't really match. Cool sword, decent. Shield, wings everywhere, on the feet, on the knees, on this bird here, arrows supply, and the quiver, and a feather cape dipped in red, almost reminding someone of Hawkmon, So yeah, this is like clearly Hawkmon's final form, much more so than this being Armadillomon's final form, so I think he's sick. Him, her, I don't know. Gran Quagamon from the D1 Digivice, I believe. Not D1, D3, it's called a D3, but it's on the version 1. Sorry. He's pretty much made to be an Imperial Dramon counterpart. He doesn't show us much here because he's flying, but on the official artwork he's laying down. Well, he's still laying down, I suppose, as he flies. Except he has the 6 limbs of Dinobimon. But he also fulfills the, he's a bit of a Vikemon situation. But he was made on purpose like that. Or was Vikemon also made on purpose like that? Vikemon, as the final form of 2 lines, maybe was part of the original intention. But with this one, we know for sure it was the original intention because it's the final form for both Dinobimon and Aquamon. Because he's got the 6 limbs of Dinobimon, but also the pincers. Not a pincer. Something else. I'm forgetting. The mandibles? No, not mandibles, but whatever. You understand what I mean. Elongated head, orange hair, also from Dinobimon, and he's got the wings. Pretty cool looking ones. I like him. Diaboromon from the second movie, the final form of Keramon. He's got thin arms but massive hands. He's got massive shoulders, horns. The head looks crazy with the eyes. Got blonde hair. But otherwise, not my favorite design. He's not really my favorite design. He's a bit of an odd guy, if I'm gonna be honest. Ugh, looks weird. But it's not bad that he looks weird, but it's just that he looks very thin, is what I'm saying. Let's talk about the golden armors. Rapidmon Armor is a pretty cool looking guy, but I don't have much to say about him because I already covered Rapidmon. Though he does have some extra holy rings, and I think I prefer this color scheme. Yep, from movie 3, same as Magnamon. Though I do wonder when the movie was released how much of the Digimon Adventure 02 anime was going on, because like, did he debut like theatrically and then his TV appearance was like his TV appearance was like how far ahead? I don't know. But he's pretty cool. He's got the blue of Vmon with lots of golden armor. Although I do have to say, I think the shoulder pieces are a bit awkward. Not as much as these ones. These ones are fine, but too long to be shoulder pieces. But otherwise, he's cool. Transcendent hybrids, starting with Emperor Greymon. He looks very blocked. He's got some blocky shoulders. The head's fine. The armor's pretty cool, but he's got a bit of a... He's got the Beowulfmon and the Jewel Beamon problem of super long gauntlets while having a weapon. I don't like that sort of design. It looks like it would interfere a lot, you know? Otherwise, the sword itself is sick. Like, this thing splits off and shoots the blade. Wait, what's with those grooves? No, don't tell me this is... You're on thin ice. You're on thin ice. You're on thin ice. What is this? Another revolver chamber? Is that how it fires the sword? Oh my god. You know what? I kneel. I kneel. That's actually kind of sick. What? What? Oh no. Oh. That's actually the best use of it yet. Oh, that's sick. Emperor Greymon is great. He has some very odd things at the back, but I know what those are for. Yeah, he's cool. Magna Garurumon. He's got the massive cannon. He's got another not so massive cannon, but still pretty big one. He's got a chest piece with more guns. He's otherwise very thin looking. He's very top heavy, isn't he? Like thin legs, but massive, you know, armaments. He's got a jet at the back as well. And then the head is also looks pretty small for what he has, right? Yeah. He's decent. And if he spends all of his weapons, he becomes like this, and he has to use the light swords. I miss his weapons, if I'm gonna be honest. I really miss them. I don't think he looks as good like this. Which is funny, because I was complaining about him being top-heavy, but there's something weird going on here. I don't like it. And finally, we're going to be covering these guys. Black War Greymon. He's like War Greymon, but his color scheme is a bit more focused. He misses the Crest of Courage, but otherwise, I like him. Yellow and black actually kind of work together here. I like it. Yeah. He's pretty much the same as War Greymon in my opinion, so he's sick. Debuting in the... Alright, the Transcendent Hybrids obviously debuted in Frontier, while this guy debuted in the card game. Same with this guy. I think they debuted in the same set as all the other black Digimon. He's just a Metal Garurumon with a black coat of paint. Mostly black. He's got some light gray in here. And he's got the wings, light gray. Yeah, there's not much to say about him that I didn't say about Metal Garurumon. That's... whatever. Either way, I think I'm done with this episode. Because otherwise, if I cover the Mega Plus, it's gonna be way... This is already long enough, and this is too long. So I'm not gonna dilly-dally too much, and just say... thank you for watching. I'll be seeing you next time. This is Draconis out. Goodbye. I'll cover the Mega Plus later. Bye.